There's quite a few communique going around proper now on what price XRP would actually need to be blanketed within the United States Strategic Reserve. Yes, that's proper. There is a price XRP needs to get to be blanketed in the United States Strategic Reserve. Well, in this video, I want to go over the XRP rate chart and talk approximately what XRP would have to do with a view to be blanketed in this reserve, as well as talk about a few regarding things involving XLM. Guys, I realize a lot of humans available are XLM holders. I want to convey something to light on this video, so make certain to paste around for this whole element. Like always, you are assisting me so much to this channel. Thank you to all people who takes the time to love these movies and join the channel. These simple things simply do help me out a lot. With that stated, those are delivered into it, and I hope you men experience the content material. Because I want to start off this video and speak about something regarding involving XLM, due to the fact that is something that I have glaringly shared my opinion on a whole lot of live streams earlier than Inside the Past and confronted a variety of pushback, so it is not something I like to dive into all of the time. To begin, I do assume there are some very interesting matters occurring in the Stellar blockchain. However, when I examine it to something like XRP, it's hard for me to absolutely draw a valuation there wherein I assume they may be actually close. I have frequently said earlier than in the past that I definitely see XRP as Google and XLM as Bing, wherein one among them goes to advantage mass adoption, sincerely dominate the arena, and there may be usually going to be a need for this other factor for range, for diversification, but it's now not simply on the same caliper. Now, in advance these days, we sincerely had a totally interesting post from the Stellar X account. They stated, "Imagine spending extra money on legal professionals than developers and calling it development." Now, I idea this turned into sort of a quite petty post by means of the Stellar Group, because the purpose why we needed to pay so much cash defending the XRP ledger and fighting towards the SEC is because ultimately if it wasn't, then the complete chain might have been destroyed and no builders could have been building at the XRP ledger. Ripple, without a doubt, took one for the entire cryptocurrency enterprise and said, "Hi there, we're going to take a stand against authorities' overreach and make it so that there is freedom to construct on a majority of these chains shifting ahead." So just searching at this comment, I notion I was pretty petty, but it prompted me to type of dive in and perform a little greater research on XLM due to the fact individually, it is simply now not surely something I've appeared that tons into. I've sort of continually seen XRP. I noticed XLM turned into trying to do very comparable things, and I said, well, I see loads extra adoption. With XRP, I see lots greater establishments talking approximately XRP. I see a much bigger XRP community than XLM community. So, I by no means, without a doubt, saw a motive to pay that plenty attention to it. A lot of human beings stated, oh, nicely, XRP is for institutions and XLM is for retail. But simply check the wide variety of wallets on each chain. Observe the amount of human beings keeping XRP versus XLM. Observe the quantity of initiatives for retail at the XRP ledger versus the wide variety of tasks on XLM. It's not even close. Right now, it looks as if no longer handiest is XRP the chain for establishments. However, it is a larger retail chain as well. Take a look at the X content around XRP. Observe the community around XRP. These are all retail metrics which are way higher on XRP than XLM. And this is not to FUD XLM to any diploma. This is simply to ward off at the narrative that one chain is for institutions and the other is for retail. Because it looks like retail is saying, higher, we need to build along the establishments because we don't handiest want to be constructing retail-orientated products. We need get right of entry to the huge liquidity, the massive development where all the cash is. So I usually kind of ward off towards those center thoughts. But the only component I just desired to percentage actual quickly on XLM that I did find quite concerning become this chart proper right here. Essentially, the top 10 holders maintain 58% of the XLM deliver. Now, you could make an issue. Proper? Well, Ripple holds a totally large amount of the XRP supply. So why is this even a stat to carry up? Why is this even regarding, well, it is now not so much about that most important stat. I think there's some nuance right here we are going to talk approximately in a minute, like the reality that XLM burned their complete escrow and still have extremely high attention inside the Pinnacle 10. It's now not like they haven't tried to get rid of this issue. They actually burned one half the supply and still have this awareness trouble, but no longer even focusing at the Pinnacle 10. Check the top 298, 98. 5, almost 99% of the tokens for XLM are held with the aid of the top 200 people. This is something I genuinely by no means knew, and for my part is kind of concerning. If the entire token deliver is being held through 200 human beings, not even speak me approximately any sort of centralization or something like that. However, it just makes me question, like, who's surely protecting this aspect? If 200 human beings are preserving all of the tokens, and we will probably adequately say that close to 35 to 40% of these holders are all Stellar Foundation wallets or humans very close to the Stellar Foundation, who else is preserving this token? I just noticed this stat and it made me sort of concerned about XLM in popular. Now, only for full transparency, I'm now not an XLM holder. I held a tiny quantity of XLM at one point. But I was simply kind of seeing those stats and was like, wow, maybe do not be throwing color at such things as XRP when you have some of those pretty large super issues on your personal chain. They're sort of pronouncing that there's no improvement happening on XRP. However, no person's clearly keeping the XLM token. And there's no projects genuinely constructing on XLM even near the same significance as XRP. So I just desired to quickly carry that to people's attention. They're changed into one thing that continually did sort of rub me the incorrect manner, and that is whilst Stellar clearly burned their whole supply or their entire escrow. Essentially, while XRP became created, half of the tokens, or 80% of the tokens, had been then placed internal of an escrow account to fasten them up and distribute them to the surroundings through the years. Now, this escrow turned out to be a strategic warfare chest for Ripple. They've been capable of use that price proper, the value of the token, construct out the entire ecosystem and produce new humans in. They also used that strategic battle chest to fight off the SEC, purchase groups like Medico. They've done all kinds of strategic things to make the network effect for the XRP ledger relatively stronger. But what did XLM do? They burned the complete sequel. All that value just poof, disappeared. If Ripple had completed that with XRP, they would not have been capable of fight the SEC. They would not were able to shop for Medico. They would not have been capable of do these types of different things to build out the XRP ledger atmosphere. So that was the first element for me. I changed into like, nicely, I don't truly like this. This is form of weird. I think it's no longer the first-rate move. But then whilst you see kind of those other things being carried out, like the fact that like only 200 humans preserve any sizable amount of XLM, these are the forms of matters that you already know. I do not generally communicate about that a good deal because I understand a whole lot of human beings are very passionate about XLM. I understand plenty of humans don't percentage these identical viewpoints. But I simply kind of take a seat there in surprise, like, is this a larger difficulty than human beings simply make it out to be? Maybe these stats are come what may wrong. Maybe I'm lacking something obvious, but for me, it is going an extra step. If you have the XLM team trying to chirp XRP holders on X, if I turned into controlling that account proper, what I might be doing is saying, hey, we need to construct merchandise for the XRP network. We need to hyperlink those groups. We want to make everyone included and construct out this surroundings collectively and construct this new net financial gadget and cognizance on how XRP holders and XLM holders can work collectively and create cooperations and partnerships and interlink the protocols. That's how you build and hyperlink communities and create extra cost. It just looks like they're taking a very exclusive approach. And I simply desired to highlight a number of the things due to the fact for my part, it was a bit regarding. Now I need to talk approximately something else now that is sort of this strategic reserve for XRP.